You can send out work orders if there's a broken light in the hallway, whatever, just send out the work order. There's a lot of things with an
A little bit of both professionalism.
Well, I'm going to throw out a question, because I honestly don't know where the responsibility of the board, there's the property manager, and then there's the board. And I don't know exactly what the division of responsibilities there might be.
Property manager is day-to-day operations.
Yes.
The board is all the big decisions.
But they would also have information about renters and things of that sort.
But that's why I said, with outside management, it's usually right there on the website. You'll have all that information at your fingertips.
Okay.
Set hours, a place to go where you have a visitor that can get a guest pass for a week or 2 weeks. Some place to go, instead of walking up to the door and having no one there.
Since people are like, it's a little bit, and I'm gonna make this very clear. In the beginning, I used to talk to my neighbors. I used to make comments. I used to, be involved. It's a waste of time. It has been a waste of time in the past.
I understand
Let's all
that.
try together to change that.
I agree.
I'm just saying to you, I don't feel if I'm involved, then it'll be a waste of time. I'm gonna try not to make it a waste of time for you.
Good.
That's all I can say.
We hope you feel that way after listening to us today.
Well, I do. It's like one time I comment to a board member that there was something wrong with the light. And she said, "Don't look up."
Well, that's a solution.
Patrick, do you have a question?
2 questions. Rob, are you giving out orchestra seats to the Metropolitan Opera?
I don't have that kind of clout anymore.
And you don't get, then we forget about you.
I used
If
to.
this is the new board, say this is the new board, okay? The 5 of you become the new board. What would be the priority that you have as the new board? Forget about the dogs, please, I don't want to hear board.
Yeah, I don't-
You want an individual answer from one of us?
Kind of.
To turn around and to make sure that the mending of fences and the MRC gets along and starts working on projects here as a community.
Yes.
That's for me.
This is not argumentative, but personally, just how would you do that, Dave, to get along?
By opening-
We've been trying to do that
By
for a long
opening
time.
dialogue. I mean, every meeting that we come to that's an MRC meeting, we've seen new suggestions from a new president that lasted all of 2 months and then basically had a coup and was told that he wasn't president anymore. We've had great suggestions from Wendelin, about sprucing up the front area. That was not to the liking of the River Shores majority. So everything just turns around and gets knocked down and tabled. So this is what we want to try and change. To have some cooperation where projects can move forward.
Patrick, can I?
No, I'd like to know, yes.
Can you ask the question again? Just
About the Metropolitan Opera tickets?
Yes.
No, we
We'll
already
talk
said
about
no,
that
we can't
later.
have that. As the new, if you are elected, all 5 of you are elected as the new board, what would your priority, and again, no dogs please, be?
I thought they did.
What would you like as a priority?
First of all, I personally would like to see more often meetings between the Shores Board and the membership. So that we could monthly, bi-monthly, we can get feedback about what the issues are. And also that I would like to have more transparency. How would I do that? I would like to have actual minutes of the board meeting sent out. This is every month or every other month. And with by the way, speaking about transparency, let me add that there's a rule. Every time we have a meeting, we're told that it's not on the agenda. There is new business on an agenda, so it doesn't have to be printed in advance. So that, for instance, I would always, at all board meetings, we would have an opportunity for new business, not items on the agenda, so that the board is controlling the talk. I'm very interested in giving the control back to the membership. That would be, and if I had 4 colleagues who agreed with me, that would be one of my primary issues.
Thank you.
Bill, you want to go down the road?
It's something I've tried for 3 years, but it hasn't worked. Maybe if I was a board member, I'd sit down with the manager and try to find out why he is so angry. And could we get him on our side, the side of every single person that lives in this complex, to work with us, not against us. If that doesn't work, I would start looking at an outside management company, because we're not being managed now, we're being bullied. It's as simple as that. The next thing that would be on my mind is to find out why we have not fixed the walkways around the pool, the entrance, and the driveways. Why are they constantly, every year, being held up? It's disgusting to have to live with this environment. Maybe some people who like to smile can sit there and say, well, it's okay for me, but it isn't. It is not okay. There's no reason. I've lived in condos up further up in Pompano Beach. There's no reason for this place to look so grubby and unsafe. There's no reason for it. It should be done. It should be done economically. We should be concerned about those people that have difficulty making payments. We should be careful of what we do, but it should be done, and it's not been.
One of the things I'd like to see is that we have a sprinkler system that's in dire need of repair and replaced, or whatever it needs. I know that Steve has worked on it to try and get it right. From what I understand, there's a switch box or something that would control the water would come out of the river instead of out of a meter. So I don't know all of it, but I've just kind of caught bits and pieces of it from working with Steve around here. And, you know, be hands-on on that. And then as far as, you know, the grounds, the grass, the shrubs, you know, and bring this back to where it was back when I first came here. I mean, this place was beautiful. I mean, it was just like a national park.
Haven't you been told what it was like 27 years ago?
I was
Over
here.
and over.
I know.
The thing was, is
Point
that
is,
all this
it's
need,
not
all this
27
needs-
years ago,
Yeah.
it's now.
It's, we need to get this done, like the deck out here in the pool and everything. I mean, as far as I knew, we took and broke up into little units, and we were all gonna work on these projects and get it done. And, I mean, it's like the shuffleboard, scoreboards out there, $60. And we were told it's too much money. You know, $60. There's been a light out there on the shuffleboard thing that's been gone now for years, and it's never been repaired. I mean, I know that during the COVID season, we could have had the pool done. Nobody could use it, right? So what's the holdup? Okay, we got 2 bids. I was told it's apples and apples, but why didn't you get another bid then? I mean, your management, you're sitting on your thumbs, get another bid, and then talk to the board, go forward. Not, just sitting and not doing anything is not helping us at all.
When I first moved here like 7.5 years ago, there was a committee at River Terrace that went through every number, everything as to what it would take to redo this front area. Shot.
Did it last
Absolute,
year?
period, end of discussion, no.
We had a lady come here who was an engineer that said that she could take and do the work out there to change it and clean it up. Okay, she gave us a bid to start. And it's like building a house. You have to have the blueprints to get started to take and do what we were gonna do. I thought what she offered us was a more than fair offer to take and do, but it was shot down
By whom?
by the people that are management and Peg, and the letters we got from her saying that she doesn't drive a Mercedes or whatever it was, because it was all shot down by the board.
We have,
This is my
River
reason
Shores
for
has
the-
3 votes. End of discussion.
That's it.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
matter.
that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to get those 3
My
votes.
reason for a forensic audit.
Well, one of the-
never seems to be enough money, it's too much money.
No, well, the thing is,
No,
that
no,
Well,
there
we
is
were-
money.
if you look at our 2021 budget and the 2021 audit, our maintenance fees were $33,000 short. In 2020, we were 60-something thousand dollars short. There's no accounting for that in the 2022 budget for getting that money back. So that money's just gone. Where'd it go? Who's not paying? I've asked the question many times in our board meetings, are people in arrears? We don't get an answer that anybody's in arrears. So where's that missing money?
we have no idea, we don't know what the books are. I
Exactly.
mean, the thing,
That's-
I just
we
would
need
like
to
to
know
really,
where our money is
like
first
to see
before
this
we
place
plan on
cleaned up.
anything.
That's it, that's all I want. I want it to function and clean it up and make it nice like it was. And I don't think it's asking too much. Because we're planning on moving here permanently. We're working toward this.
She's raised her
I
hand.
mean, that's what we want.
I think Mrs. Carlucci had her hand up. She asked a question.
Yes.
I'm not sure what's going on. Are you the new board, the five of you?
No.
No, we're running for the new board.
I'm sorry?
We are candidates for the new board.
Oh, you have to be voted in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what this meeting is.
And
We hope we get your
That was
vote.
meet and greet.
And since you
We'll meet the
mentioned that,
candidates.
and since you mentioned that, I'll just finish with what, a much more modest sort of thing. I'll be shocked if I get on the board. It'd be lovely, but I'll be kind of surprised. All I would say is I would urge whatever board's there to, I agree with Marilyn, to have a few more meetings a year would be very good. And also to allow people at the end of the meeting to ask questions so that it's a little more transparent. And there's a twofold advantage to that. It also allows people to voice their concerns. And I think because of that, the actual meeting would be a lot less contentious.
Yes.
Because I don't like the way this is. I think people should, no matter what's going on, I personally feel we should be respectful of one another. All of us. That's how I feel about it. And so I think if we had a few more meetings, this is a modest thing, you know. I'm not gonna wish for the moon and the stars, but I think we had a few more meetings and we're allowed at the end of the meeting to ask questions about things that, open it up for people's questions, which I know can go awry, because it turns into everything but the kitchen sink, but that might help things a bit, and that's all I can say.
I think that's why it is contentious, because we don't have meetings, so that everybody comes with all this pent up from
Yes.
a year ago.
So a few more meetings and
A
transparent at
monthly
the end for
meeting,
people
a
to ask
monthly
questions.
meeting.
And you go
That's-
to
yeah,
add-
You will start getting people to come if they think it's, I honestly thought, why am I going to that?
Yes.
I mean, why am I going? It's gonna be a free-for-all.
Are you happy
it's
that you
like-
came?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very happy.
Thank you.
I
wanna know who
live
you
right
are.
now up in Alaska, and we have a townhouse up there that we're involved in. We've been there now for well over 30 years. But I've been on the board there, getting everything done. And I work with the people, the contractors and everything. There's only 3 of us on the whole board. And we have gone from, when the old board, like 60,000 in debt, and now we're 150,000 up. We put up new siding, new windows, and done everything, and I manage it, and it's real easy.
Why? I've always wondered how the maintenance is done, i.e., it's reduced. We have all these other things that need to be done. It is dropped. Now, believe me, I don't want to pay any more maintenance than I have to. However, why drop the maintenance when you have all this other stuff to do? Because you have too much money in the bank? I don't know.
We don't know
Why
what's in
give big bonuses when you have all these other projects to do also?
Yeah, I mean, up there, what I have is an accounting company that manages the money account. And we pay them $200 a month for that. I don't draw anything, nobody on the board draws anything, and it works out great. I don't think having a manager and paying them $200 a month is a bad deal. I mean, because, you're only doing something for maybe a couple hours a day or walk around.
It's $200 an hour. Management company's $200 an
Not up there.
I'm looking for a new career.
This is South Florida.
I know it.
Expensive here.
I found out about the insurance. But no. Anything else, guys?
One more thing, I'm curious, how serious is our termites in our complex?
Right now, we got them.
How serious is it?
Well, I don't know until we have our management bring in somebody and do an inspection and get an engineer and look at it. One of the things you guys probably should do is that we did it at Heather, we had it tinted. And the thing is that that whole building, probably north to south, needs to be tinted to knock out that. And then also, we need to take and get the roof done, not just patched. It needs to be done. I mean, it's been there a long time.
Moolah.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna cost some money.
I mean, $20,000 a piece.
But you know what's interesting? There's been a very clever manipulation on the part of management. They gave it this drop down in the management in our maintenance charges. And that was very, very well done. You can figure it out. Why did they drop it down a little? To get people to think that management knows what they're doing. But they don't.
Well,
They have no idea what they're doing.
Explanation to why it was raised. We had $100,000 left over, $106,000 left over from last year, but we were still $33,000 short in maintenance fees.
And we could have done something. We could have improved the place. And we didn't.
Something not right.
Forensic audit. I'm volunteering. And I'm not calling names. I am genuinely concerned. I'm not an accountant, but I am concerned.
And our last treasurer, we have 3 witnesses here, asked him, hadn't seen the bank statement. No, he had not.
Yeah.
Well,
We never
I
have
don't
a
know about
treasurer's
the,
There's on all the board meetings, there's never a treasurer's report. That's standard for work.
Well, it is there, it's just everybody accepts it without really
Well,
seeing
there's
it.
not one on the next board meeting.
This is, again, why we were here today, to meet the candidates. Hope you all met us.
We appreciate it.
and if we're elected, we're gonna have a president, and a vice president, a secretary, and a treasurer. And we promise you, we won't make fools of ourselves by calling the police.
I can tell you, I mean, it will be us, but I can tell you that people are so disgusted that they won't even bother.
Good, thank you.